This video is a wildlife lover's dream. We head to the world's largest floodplain located in the southwest of Brazil.
Here we encounter the bizarre and abundant native species at home in their grassland and wetland environment.
By a specialized boat, we take to the waterways, where we explore islands and riverbanks teeming with activity.
Waking up surrounded by large groups of local inhabitants staying at our charming riverside lodge.
We spot a rare species heading out on a jeep safari in an area known as the best outside of Africa.
Saying farewell to this natural paradise, we visit a place known for one of the clearest freshwater rivers on Earth. Here we snorkel encountering schools of local fish species as we drift along with the current.
Saving some of the best for last, we visit the largest natural sinkhole on the continent, teeming with birdlife at sunset. If wildlife is what you're looking for, then don't go past the Pantanal in Brazil, the world's largest wetland.
We continue from our previous video where we spent several days in the world's largest rainforest, the Amazon.
I am documenting a beautiful meal here. This is at Fitz in Manaus, and this is rated the #1 restaurant in TripAdvisor. I got the chicken here with Amazonian herbs, so looking forward to that, and cheesy polenta.
I got pumpkin and From Manaus, we fly to Campo Grande in the state of Mato Grosso do Sul. Here we meet up with some friends.
Alrighty guys, we made it to the Pantanal. So we got Francesco and Anna in the back here, and we've got a few days here in the Pantanal doing some wildlife spotting and some relaxing here in the world's largest wetland. Well, it's bumping now.
After a 3-hour drive heading west, we reached the Pantanal. It wasn't long before our first wildlife encounter, spotting a giant anteater on the road to the lodge.
It's amazing, right?
Honestly.
So what's the name of the place?
Refugio da Ilha.
That's right.
And it's in a region called Miranda, and apparently there's a Miranda River, a Miranda town, so it's absolutely perfect for me.
Get a local celebrity.
Yeah, and we were greeted so nicely and shown around, and honestly, this place is gorgeous.
It's Leo, is it?
Yeah, Leo.
It's going to be our guide later on.
Yeah, and we've already seen a giant anteater, a caiman walking around. This is going to be amazing.
River Otters they were talking about.
Yeah, they're talking about giant river otters, so honestly, I'm probably not even going to want to spend any time in here. I'm going to be outside, like, trying to spot wildlife 24/7.
Anna, what do you think about the food?
Amazing. Looks really good and tasty.
Yeah, look at that.
Try it.
Oh, yum. All right, sold you. This is a local fruit from the region, done in the cachaça. They've actually made this here. Pretty good. Yeah.
Pousada Refugio da Ilha is an eco-lodge located in the Pantanal region of Brazil, known for its commitment to environmental conservation and sustainable tourism. The lodge actively participates in the preservation of local wildlife and habitats, engaging in efforts such as reforestation, wildlife monitoring, and educational programs for guests and local communities. By promoting ecotourism, Pousada Refugio da Ilha helps raise awareness about the importance of protecting the Pantanal's unique biodiversity.
Alright, it's safari time here out in the Pantanal. We're going to go for a little bit of a drive around the property and some of the external areas, and then afterwards, when it gets a little bit darker, we'll do some nighttime spotting as well, because a lot of the wildlife here is nocturnal. How is it, guys?
Our first major spot on safari was a family of rheas, known as Emma in Portuguese. These are a large flightless member of the ratite family, native to South America. This was followed by the spotting of a savanna hawk, a small gathering of black-hooded parakeets, and an American falcon, all within minutes.
It wasn't long before we spotted our first large mammal, a tapir. These ancient mammals have been around for tens of millions of years and are more closely related to horses and rhinoceroses despite their pig-like appearance. Tapirs are excellent swimmers and often take to the water using their long, flexible snouts as snorkels. Unfortunately, tapirs are endangered due to habitat loss and hunting, which is why initiatives to better understand tapir populations and their ecological impact are important to their survival.
Beef farming is a significant industry in the Pantanal, where vast open landscapes provide ideal conditions for cattle ranching. Ranchers in the area often employ traditional sustainable practices that coexist with the rich biodiversity of the area. However, balancing agricultural activities with wildlife conservation remains a critical challenge to ensure the health and sustainability of the Pantanal ecosystem.
Enjoying the beautiful sunset colors over the wetlands, we continue our safari past dark to spot some of the nocturnal animals we otherwise wouldn't spot in the day.
The following morning we awaken to not only a beautiful sunrise, but the cacophony of birds surrounding the lodge. We are also greeted by some surprise guests on the river.
Giant river otters, native to South America's river systems, are the largest otter species in the world, reaching up to 2 meters or 6 feet in length. These social and highly vocal animals live in groups up to 20 and are known for their cooperative hunting techniques.
The Refuge Lodge also houses a number of bird boxes around the property to promote the safe and secure nesting of native birds, such as the stunning hyacinth macaws. Hyacinth macaws, the largest parrots in the world, are known for their striking blue plumage. Despite being classified as vulnerable due to habitat loss and illegal pet trade, conservation efforts have helped stabilize and even increase some of their populations in the wild.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, good morning.
How was breakfast?
Delicious.
Delicious.
So good.
So good.
100% approved.
So much wildlife outside. There are giant river otters, there are hyacinth macaws, there are these beautiful turquoise-fronted parrots. That you see over there.
Nice. What are we doing now?
Boat tour.
Going on a boat ride.
Yeah.
Going on a boat. I'm guessing that this is our boat here, so we're gonna go out and explore the river. Maybe we'll see some more river otters.
Abundance within the Pantanal, caiman are small crocodilians native to South America. We learned a lot more about the caimans on our Amazon episodes.
One of the highlights of the morning boat ride was hearing the black-capped Donocobius respond to our guide Leo's whistles. As bird lovers, we were in heaven with the abundance and biodiversity of the different bird species surrounding us.
So what do we see, Miranda?
Scarlet-headed blackbird.
And Leo was just saying that they don't see these too often. They haven't seen it for quite some time, so it's kind of cool to see.
Gracefully watching us from the bushes, we spotted a tiger heron, a species we learned a lot about in our video visiting Panama.
So Leo was saying that he uses the same path every day on the boat, and within 24 hours these hyacinths have pretty much blocked up the path, so he's having to chop it up with the machete so we can get through, because he was trying to drive it through before and it was just so thick. So this doesn't really happen in the dry season, Leo was saying. It's just because we're at the end of the wet season or just after the wet season with the flooding here that this happens quite often. So we're trying to figure out a way around.
At home in the water as much as on land, we spot a capybara. Too large for the average caiman to consume, the capybara is the world's largest rodent and lives in abundance within the Pantanal.
So we just saw a reticulated freshwater stingray. I didn't even know that they had stingrays here.
With their expressive faces, it's hard not to fall in love with the lively Araras or brown capuchin as they jump from tree to tree. Araras capuchin monkeys are remarkable for their tool-using abilities such as cracking nuts with stones and using sticks to extract insects from crevices. They have highly developed social structures and communication systems, often seen grooming each other to strengthen social bonds. These clever primates are named after the Spanish naturalist Felix de Azara, who studied South American wildlife extensively in the 18th century.
So we just saw a troop of brown capuchin monkeys, also known as the hooded capuchin.
A gang.
Gang! What do you think, Chicky?
It's beautiful.
We are greeted upon our return by one of the local caiman, just in time for lunch. Luckily ours and not his. The quality of the food cannot be overstated at Posada Refugio da Ilha.
Model of this stuff. Whoa, what do we have here? What is this?
Ribs.
Ribs!
Delicious ribs.
Rice, beans.
Mandioca. I don't know the English
That's
name
cassava.
for that one. Cassava?
Yeah, it comes from the same plant.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
It looks really good and they smell so good.
This is the Miranda section. Alright, Chicky, what do we have here?
Some blue and yellow macaws.
It's pretty cool. What do you guys think?
Amazing.
By the way.
They're beautiful.
So beautiful.
Leo was just saying that these blue and yellow macaws rarely come and visit us here in this time of the year, which is the wetter period when it's been flooding. Usually in the dry season is when we see them. Now, the reason why I can get so close to these guys like this is because most likely they have been rewilded. One of the big problems in this area and throughout Brazil is that macaws like this are highly prized for the illegal wildlife trafficking trade. And when they are captured and by the authorities, they are released back into the wild after some rehabilitation. They kind of are a little more comfortable with human beings.
As bird lovers, the abundance was overwhelming and frequent at every turn on our safari. To simplify things, we will list the birds in order of viewing for anyone who would prefer to do further research. First up, we have the bare-faced curassow, followed by the orange-backed troupial, two whistling herons perched on a branch, and two separate roadside hawks.
We've got a jaguar print right here, and it's pretty fresh.
The sights and sounds of another perfect Pantanal sunset safari.
She is our Brazilian representative today. What have we got here, Anna?
Yes, okay, I'll try my best to explain everything.
All right.
So this is like grounded meat, grounded beef.
What's it called?
Rocambole. Yeah, so we have like carrots and some veggies inside. Fried chicken.
Yeah.
That's very good. Gnocchi. So the Italian ones, you know about that. It's a Brazilian pie.
Oh, nice.
And it's stuffed with chicken.
Nice.
So that's it. That's our dinner tonight.
Excellent. All right. Enjoy.
Day 3 on the Pantanal started off with another wildlife greeting. This time, it wasn't just the birds arriving in large groups.
I'm up early, the birds are going crazy, and we've got the capybara, the whole family down here, just eating all the leftovers from the birds, the macaws yesterday. Oh, it's so overwhelming, the sounds.
Capybaras visit in large stable social units, while the jabiru, the largest bird and symbol of the Pantanal, can be seen off wading in the wetlands. We are also visited by large noisy flocks of turquoise-fronted parrots.
This safari was every bit as exciting as the previous, checking a big one off our lists as we spot two toko toucans. Toko toucans, the largest and most recognizable species of toucans, are known for their vibrant, oversized orange bills, which can be as long as half their body length. Despite their large bills, these birds are surprisingly lightweight, as the bill is composed mostly of keratin with a spongy structure inside. Toko toucans are highly social birds, often seen in small flocks, and use their bills for foraging fruits as well as for temperature regulation.
What do we see, Miranda?
Toucans. Two toucans.
Two toucans. No one can. Toucans. We're on safari right now again in the morning, and gonna keep our eyes out for jaguars.
It's the last thing on our list.
Last thing.
With the full moon still out, we spot a burrowing owl looking for a last morning meal before it's bedtime.
We spot a crab-eating fox scurrying around the grasslands, along with a marsh deer camouflaged in the tall grass.
red-legged Seriema is a distinctive bird known for its long legs and remarkable running ability, which it uses to chase down prey like insects, lizards, and small mammals. This bird's loud piercing calls can be heard up to a mile away and are often used to communicate with other Seriemas. Additionally, the red-legged Seriema has a unique method of handling its prey. It uses its beak to pick up and vigorously slam its catch against the ground on rocks to kill and soften it before consumption.
The velociraptor.
Amid the noise of the Chaco Chacalacas, we spot another icon of the region, an Amazon kingfisher, which we ironically missed in the Amazon. This was followed by a Chaco puffbird and a green barred woodpecker.
So we've come across a red-footed tortoise, also known as jabuchi. You can see him under the car right here. He's getting away. He's making a really quick getaway. We have to wait for him before we go.
Spotting some smaller species of birds, we come across a brown-crested flycatcher, a flavescent warbler known as the canary of the woods, and a white-bellied emerald hummingbird.
One of our major highlights was spotting the smaller cousin of the jaguar, the ocelot. The ocelot faces threats from habitat loss and fragmentation due to human activities such as deforestation and urbanization.
So we just saw an ocelot, or a jaguar charita, in the shade, and it took off before we got there, unfortunately, but it was sort of curious. It stopped and it looked at us, and then once it figured out what we were, it was like, nah, I'm out of here.
Another highlight was watching a great black hawk looking for prey on the forest floor. Known for its striking black plumage, piercing yellow eyes, and a wingspan up to 127 centimeters or 4 feet, these majestic raptors exhibit grace and power as they soar through the dense foliage of tropical forests hunting for prey.
The blue-crowned trogon, with its vibrant plumage and distinctive call. This avian beauty is often sought after by birdwatchers for its elusive nature and captivating appearance.
As we return back for lunch, along the way we spot a family of collared peccaries. White-collared peccaries are equipped with sharp tusks and a strong bite, which they use for self-defense against predators such as jaguars and pumas. When threatened, they can form a defensive circle with adults facing outward and young individuals protected in the center.
Hey Miranda, do you want to go chill out under this little balcony here?
This is Anna's new friend.
Oh, see,
Her amiga. Look at that. Oh, Barboleta.
Yeah, have lunch together.
Once again, delicious lunch.
Once again, we encounter a large group of brown capuchin monkeys. Their behaviors are always fascinating to watch.
Capybaras could often be seen paddling in the river, being watched by us tourists and the surrounding birdlife, such as a southern screamer we spotted in the reeds.
For the ones who doesn't know it, it looks like the same river, right?
So what is the old one?
This one, the other one, is the Salobra River.
And this one is?
Main river. This is just a branch, the Silent River.
We spotted several wattled jacanas browsing upon the river, one protecting a young chick from the watching gaze of a black-collared hawk.
Also hiding away in the bushes, we spot a nest containing a young tiger heron chick awaiting the return of its parent, hopefully with a successful catch.
The setting sun on the river was our favorite sunset in the Pantanal.
A species we learned a lot about in Panama was the howler monkey, the loudest land animal in the world, reaching a whopping 88 decibels with its mighty call. Here we can see a golden-coated female comforting a darker-coated male up in the trees.
Our final morning at Refugio da Ilha was just as amazing as the previous. Once again, the sunrise alarm clock came with the trumpeting of parrots and the Chaco Chakalaka, a revitalizing way to say farewell to a place that felt like a second home during our stay. We can't wait to return again someday and hopefully spot the rare and elusive jaguar in one of the places with the highest density in the world. Unfortunately, we are leaving the beautiful Refugio da Ilha this morning to head to Bonito. We had such an incredible time here. This place sits on the world's largest floodplains in the Pantanal, which is just absolutely teeming with wildlife. It is just a paradise for birds, mammals, all sorts of beautiful creatures. So yeah, we had such an amazing time here. The staff's been incredible. We've been fed so well. The food is incredible here. So I would highly recommend it for absolutely anyone wanting to come to the Pantanal. And what's also great is your money also goes towards conserving and preserving this absolutely gorgeous landscape. So that's another great thing. They do a lot of conservation work for the area and work on preserving the natural beauty and state that it's in for all to see. So yeah, super excited.
are at Rio da Prata, which means the Silver River in Portuguese, just outside of a place called Bonito. And this is going to be one of the coolest activities that we get to do here in Brazil. I did it myself 9 years ago, back in 2014 when I was here, and it was one of the coolest activities I did in all of Brazil back then as well. So I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to a place called Ocelot d'Água, and that means the freshwater springs. So we have these beautiful freshwater springs pumping this crystal clear water through this river system. We're going to go snorkeling down there for a couple of hours. It is absolutely stunning. It's some of the clearest waters in the world, and we're going to see so many different species of fish. So really looking forward to that.
This kind of ball is going to be there in the lunch on the way back. That's very concentrated. You can get in the spoon.
Smells so good.
So we start with a small production just for the little house, because when we start we have a very little house over here. Then is everybody asks the doce de leite, so then they only bring the proper cows and everything to produce. Then we produce a lot.
Doce de leite.
Eggplant, lots of things we offer for you in the lunch. We try to make your lunch very, very sustainable and very organic.
Yes.
Meninos, da fazenda tem viés orgânico, sabe?
Sustainable, organic food.
We were so excited about the delicious food after our snorkel trip, I accidentally forgot to film it. I guess you'll have to take our word for it.
So we can see the springs behind us there and some fish. And the fish is pira pitana. Pira is the indigenous word for fish, like piranha.
Upon entering the water, we were overwhelmed with the large schools of fish in the river. The predominant species being the pirapitanga. Pirapitanga fish, native to the rivers of Brazil, have a unique ability to leap out of the water to catch insects, exhibiting impressive agility, making them a delight for observers of aquatic life.
So we're about to do some floating. It's 26 degrees Celsius right now, and we're going to be pretty much floating along the top of the river because they don't want us touching the bottom due to the fact that we have fish down there that lay their nests, and we don't want to disturb anything. So we're going to stay on the top, float all the way for the next few hours.
The water at Rio d'Água in Bonito is renowned for its exceptional clarity. Visitors to this pristine river are treated to crystal clear waters that allow for unparalleled visibility, often exceeding 40 meters or 130 feet. Conservation efforts in Bonito focus on preserving the purity of the region's waterways through sustainable tourism practices, strict environmental regulations, and community engagement initiatives aimed at raising awareness about the importance of protecting these natural treasures for future generations to enjoy.
Floating past bubbling springs, we spot some janitor fish, a species of armored catfish native to these parts of South America.
Fast-flowing tributaries push along the current, adding a bit of adventure to our leisurely float.
largest species we come across on our float is the Dorado. Dorado are apex predators known for their aggressive hunting behavior and powerful strikes. They primarily feed on smaller fish, but are also known to prey on crustaceans and even small mammals.
We leave the warmer waters of the Rio d'Agua tributary and head into the icy waters of the main river, Rio da Prata.
What do you think, Chicky?
Really cool.
You enjoyed it?
Beautiful. Yeah. Crystal clear water.
Cool river. Here we go.
On our journey to the next stop, we spot a giant anteater. As their name suggests, giant anteaters primarily feed on ants and termites, consuming thousands of insects each day with their long, sticky tongues, which can extend over 0.5 meters or 2 feet in length. They use their powerful front claws to tear open ant and termite mounds with ease. Giant anteaters are typically solitary animals, preferring to roam alone.
Where are we, Francesco, to begin with?
That's Araras.
Okay. What we can see here is South America's largest sinkhole.
There you go.
Yep.
So how it was formed is explained here. So basically it's limestone and the level of ground that was in time corroded by the water, like melted and then filled up with water. So it got sort of thicker, and then when the water disappeared, it all collapsed.
Boom.
Hole was formed, and now all the parrots, all the macaws come in. It's good heaven for them.
Excellent.
As well as other animals. Yeah, the largest sinkhole in South America.
There you go. I like it. Cool. You even gave us the gestures, the movements as well.
And then you can see the circumference and the height.
Upon entering the forest, we spot an agouti, a large rodent related to guinea pigs. However, the species the area is most noted for are the Red and Green Macaws that give the sinkhole its Portuguese name, Buraco das Araras, Sinkhole of the Macaws.
So as Francesco was explaining, this is a naturally formed sinkhole that has been forming over actually millions of years. This area in recent years was used as a dumping ground. Essentially, in the last century or so, people were dumping cars. They even found 23 dead bodies inside of the sinkhole there. The army was used to take all of that out. And this place was actually, in the 1980s, it was transformed. So it was actually purchased by a private owner in 1986. He didn't really have much money. In fact, it was just basically a lodge, a cabin up here. And when they opened up the Rio da Prata, where we went earlier on today for tourism, they decided to start bringing tourists here as well. Now, the birds, unfortunately, had all been hunted up until the 1980s. So the only birds that really inhabited the actual sinkhole here at that time were vultures. But he had a couple of macaws as pets that he released here into the sinkhole, and eventually that allowed other macaws to come back in. It attracted the other birds back in. So now it's a protected area, and it basically follows the same rules as a national park. So even though it is a private reserve, it adheres to very, very stringent ecological requirements. And it's basically a free breeding ground for these macaws. It's a reserve for them. So we're actually in breeding season right now, so you see a lot of them around. We're going to head to the other side of the sinkhole, and we're going to get the best views because the sun is setting down there, and it's going to be spectacular. You have a good day today, then, Cheeky?
Yes.
The best?
Great day. It was beautiful.
So there is at least one caiman, small crocodile, in there. There used to be two, apparently. Not sure exactly if the second one's still in there or not, but they're not sure how they got in there. It's 126 metres high, the walls here, so I'm not sure how they got in or how they would get out, but a little bit of a mystery what goes on in there.
Apparently, 2 caiman fell into the sinkhole, most likely during the wet season when there was a waterfall, and survived on animals that had died falling into the sinkhole. Its partner had eventually died, making it the loneliest caiman in the world, unless you count the abundant bird life as company.
Normally 30 to 40 macaws inhabit this sinkhole. However, during breeding season, that number can get much higher. It would have almost been impossible to count the amount of macaws we witness in transit from one side of the steep-walled cliffs to the other. It was fascinating to watch them fly in pairs, like a romantic dance, part of their mating ritual.
Miranda is certain that these pigs are dogs, but I can see that they look like pigs. Let us know in the comments.
Our final morning in the Pantanal was just as exciting as every other, even in the commercial hub of Bonito, as we spotted 2 toko toucans along with 2 red and green macaws to send us a special farewell from our resort.
Join us in our next episode as we visit one of the most spectacular natural sights on Earth, Iguazu Falls.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed our content, please like and subscribe.
And we'd love if you could leave us a comment, letting us know what you've enjoyed or what you'd like to see more of.
And help us grow our channel. Become part of the Global Travel Stories family by sharing with friends, family, or anyone you think would enjoy our content. Thanks, guys.